Eastern opened in 1829 and remained in operation until 1971.
The place is a prison that was formed in part by the Quakers with the whole premise of penance, and the prisoners were brought in and kept in complete silence.
The inmates were essentially locked inside of their cells for 24 hours a day, but they really believed that by isolating people from outside influences, this inner light inside of them would come out and they would be a better person.
More often than not, a lot of the men went insane from being so sequestered and left alone.
Now, looking back on the solitary confinement system, it is considered to be very cruel.
Because of all that trauma, that angst, that anxiety that these men experience, they put out that kind of vibe, and I think that vibe kind of permeates the place. I would say there's definitely a few spirits that still linger there.
A lot of people do consider Eastern State to be the most haunted prison in America. We hear from our visitors pretty frequently that they see and hear strange things all around the building. You know, sometimes just a little noise they can't explain, sometimes it's shadows. Other people say they see, full-on, full-bodied apparitions roaming these hallways at night, and sometimes even during the day.
We keep going back there because every time we do, we get some other kind of weird episode, something that just makes you want to go back again. There's something about it. You just got to keep coming back for more.
I know. I love this place.
For this investigation, it's pretty much gonna be Brian Sandt, who's the tech guru guy for the NJGHS, and myself.
I've been working with Laura for a little over 2 years now. I was actually working at a bar. I contacted her organization because we had some paranormal stuff going on there. Her group came in, they impressed me, and I joined up within a week or two afterwards.
Good to see you.
I'm Gary. Nice to meet you.
And Brian, nice to meet you, Gary.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is great. I noticed you got a lot of construction going on here.
Yes, right.
The stars may be aligning for our intrepid investigators. The combo of a solar flare and construction at the site may kick up some paranormal activity.
So tonight should be pretty
Both of those, it should be a really good night.
Yeah.
My name's Gary. I am a tour guide mentor here at Eastern State. Some tour guides will not work at night for obvious reasons. If you look around you, it's pretty creepy in here. I'd love to see something. I'm totally open to it. Just haven't experienced it yet. So maybe tonight we'll be lucky.
The thrill I have in doing this is to prove spirits do exist. I'm very much a skeptic. I believe there is something here. I just want to prove it now.
Every investigation starts with a daytime walkthrough to get the lay of the land. Gary brings Laura and Brian to an exercise yard off cell block 4.
Yeah, I want to get in here because the last time I was here, there was a cameraman with me and his camera got this bizarre RF reading and some other malfunction took place with the camera. I want to see, if that's going to happen again.
It's no wonder Laura had a bizarre experience here.
Oh yeah, this is it.
It's home to one of the prison's most infamous ghostly tales.
Back in the mid-90s, maybe 94 or so, a guy who's worked for us for years, his name is Gary Johnson, he's our locksmith.
He was working on the lock out there, and it's an old lock that hadn't been worked on in years.
When he was in here by himself, broad daylight, working on that one particular door there.
He said that when he opened it, a sandstorm of light emerged from this lock. And he was teleported to some kind of nether region, it seems, and he was saw his own body suspended in the prison and saw all these ghosts looking down on him. So it's a pretty intense story that he tells, but ghosts essentially chased him out of the building.
And as a skeptical person, that sounds outlandish. But if I were to see a beam of light come out of there, yeah, that would be something.
So I'm hoping, if we can get in here tonight, take some readings and see if anything happens.
Hopefully so.
All right, guys, well, this is cell block 12, the infamous cell block 12.
One time in particular, I did have kind of a strange experience up in cell block 12 where I saw a weird shadowy figure darting through the cell blocks at night. kind of a strange feeling that ran through me. I felt like things were watching me.
I've been here in this particular cell block by myself at night and have not seen anything, but that's why I'm here tonight. I'm always open to that possibility, and I'm hoping that we can come up with something.
Right now we're walking down to the end of cell block 12. People have said they've seen a shadow coming from this cell block to this one here.
Yeah, I think this is one of the key spots for tonight.
Absolutely.
Whose coming was foretold to me. I am.
A ghost, as far as I can define, is just the soul of someone. You know, I think our bodies are pretty much, you know, vehicles that the soul pretty much is encased, and we use these vehicles to move and communicate on this earth plane. And when these vehicles are pretty much expired, and just like a car goes to the junkyard, I really think the body just collapses and the soul releases, and probably in a perfect path it's supposed to go on to this light or heaven or hell or whatever it is you believe in. But for some reason, some of them stay earthbound, and that's what we, I think, come to know as ghosts.
And Laura says the movies often get it right when it comes to echoing footsteps and mysteriously moving furniture.
That's more the classic haunting, where things go missing. There's disturbances electrically, temperature-wise, the pets, the kids are giving you indicators. That's classic. And then people do experience the full-body apparitions. A residual haunting is more of a thumbprint left in time. It's not really a ghost, it's not anything interactive, it's because there was some maybe emotionally charged event that's so traumatic that it kind of locked in, and it's on this endless loop, and it's just like a video or an audio loop that just keeps recurring and replaying.
Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary. Some call it the most haunted prison in America. Paranormal investigators Laura Hladik and Brian Sandt have ventured into its shadow-filled halls to capture its legendary hauntings on video. They hope to prove once and for all that ghosts do exist. It's ghost hunting time.
Okay, let's go get some ghosts.
Let's go find something.
This is that one exercise yard where the locksmith had his frightening experience.
Brian immediately gets some curious EMF activity.
Somewhere around this area right here.
But is it supernatural?
Getting a reading over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can hear it.
But Laura's thermal scanner holds steady. With no drop in temperature, they need more data.
Laura, take a picture right here.
It's not picking up anything in the photo, but... What's the reading on the EMF?
Getting about a 1.5. So we're in the middle of the yard. There's absolutely no power cables. There's nothing that would cause any type of electromagnetic field other than our cameras. And I've tested getting close to the camera. I didn't get a reading, but I'm getting a slight reading, about a 1 to a 1.5 in the center here. And I can't find what it's coming from.
Can you tell us your name?
All right, Laura, I'm getting a reading over here. I'm getting a 2.
So something's here, it's moving around. There's anybody here and you want to tell us your name? Can you tell us your name?
It's returning to the center here.
I think it's gone. But you know, it's interesting. At one point when you were over there and you started getting the reading again, the camera wouldn't focus. You were just one big blob. And then finally, you stopped getting the reading and you moved out of the frame, and then the camera totally focused again. I could tell all my settings were exactly the same. I hadn't touched them. Something was going on.